on this computer. Okay, so we are recording for our Delta Fire team call. I'm going to call this our August team call, even though it is technically July 31st. I was kind of starting to switch up our schedule a little bit. I was looking at getting back to really planning out team calls and like challenge group start dates, and free group start dates and things like that for all of our newer coaches to really have like set dates to promote for. I feel like that helps a lot of people when there's a specific date versus just, keep inviting to whatever you want all the time. That's what I do, but I know for newer coaches, it's a little bit weird to wrap your head around not having an official start date for something. So I wanted to start doing team calls kind of at the end, like the very end of the month, so that we can talk about what's coming up for the next month and really plan that out and, get prepared for new launches coming up and promotions and all that kind of thing. So that's why I changed it from the first Tuesday of the month to the last. So this is technically August's team call. So real quick, looking at the schedule that I've made, at least this is what I'm going to be promoting to. And of course, it's for the whole team. You guys are welcome to promote to these same exact things that I am. I will put this calendar in Delta Fire for everybody. I've got on it like when I'm doing promotions for certain things and all of that. So it'll kind of help you guys with social media stuff to see exactly what I do, as far as promoting challenge groups and that sort of thing. So in August, let's see, we will have a challenge group start date I've got for August 13th, which is 2 weeks from now, pretty much. I'm going to kind of be calling it like the back to school challenge, or we could even continue with this 4-day focus theme and have it very Lift 4 focused, I think that goes kind of hand in hand with back to school, with so many people not having a lot of free time, and Lift 4 kind of works perfectly for that. So that'll kind of start on August 13th. I'm throwing around, do we want to just keep adding people to our Inferno group like we have been? Or do we want to start a brand new group? So any input you guys have on that, let me know what you think. And then we'll talk about that in a second. Let me get through the calendar. And then on, let's see, August 20th, the very next Monday, I'll do another coaching Snoop group, kind of like I did this past month. I did it a couple weeks ago. I had 2 people really interested. I think it worked pretty well. We've got like a sneak peek group or a Snoop group set up. It's got 4 or 5 units in it. Actually, I can show it to you real quick in case you guys didn't see it. We should just share my screen.
And that was just for new coaches?
It was really for new discount coaches that want more information on the actual coaching opportunity, or for people that aren't even customers yet and are interested in potentially coaching. So yeah, really, they don't even have to be a customer to learn about it, because people could certainly come in just as a coach right away if they wanted to.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, it would be awesome. It's awesome. Yeah. It's not super frequent, but it's really awesome. So it's set up like a social learning group with the units, and she's mooing like a cow now, seriously. Oh my gosh. She's sitting in her bed going, moo.
It's okay. Mine's sitting on the floor naked coloring.
Oh man. But it's set up, they can either scroll through the discussion if they want. The more organized way is to go to the units tab and it'll pull it up. Okay. And they go through these 6 units. They're all pretty short. There's just a welcome post. There's quick little my story, what is coaching all about. This video in here in this unit is a really good 10-minute long video that this coach named Brooke Lipoff made, and it's awesome on the coaching opportunity. It's very informative. It's, about the network as a whole. She didn't make it specifically for her team. Like, it's for everybody. It's really, really good. So you guys, I would recommend popping in there and watching it just so you know what it is. I gave one of my income examples, the options for coaching, kind of discount coach, part-time, full-time, and then how to enroll instructions, basically telling them, they need to reach out to whoever added them to the group, to their coach, to get the specific link. And then I went live in there one night and just did like a 30-minute live video, just giving them more information, answering questions, that kind of thing, and just tagged it to that unit. So you guys can add people in here, and kind of like once a month is my plan. I'm going to pop in, like actually promote it and go live and, kind of make it a big thing again. So that's what that's all about. And then I'm kind of thinking the last Monday of the month, have free groups again, that I'm going to need lots of help from you guys, the newer coaches, and those of you that have newer coaches actually running these free groups. So it's something that I'm more than willing to set up and get ready and help everybody promote, but I'll definitely need a lot of help with, you guys doing content and really getting in there and getting everybody engaged, just like y'all are doing this month. It's great. Or this week, I guess it's running. And Kati and Holly and Kristen are all in there doing all the content and everything, which is awesome. So that's kind of the schedule. So the other things I was going to try to do, I'm going to stop sharing my screen because I like to be able to see everybody. When I share my screen, I can only see a couple of y'all. I can't see everybody. I was going to try to do on like the first Tuesday of the month, so that would be August 7th, a Getting Started Right call, and go live in Delta Fire and do it. So it's for everybody, and anybody can jump on, anybody's coaches can jump on. You can plug your new coaches in, like, look, this is our Getting Started Right call. These are the first steps that you need to take, and really talk to them about things like, getting started with posting, thinking about their goals, their why, what they want out of this, Success Club and Emerald, and like keeping it pretty simple. And just,
what was the date for that?
I'm thinking of August 7th. So kind of do that on like the first Tuesday night of every month is my plan. And yeah, so that's kind of the plan. What do y'all think about that type of a schedule? Does that help you guys, or?
Oh, yeah. I like having it laid out. It's a little bit, I guess, I'm more structured, and if I know what's coming up, I guess it's easier for me to see what the goal is and to participate better, I guess.
Yeah. That's how I work better as well, like having a plan,
Yeah.
And I think I just forget.
I think it helps you, since I'm still pretty new and I don't really have customers or something.
Yeah.
It helps me to understand what I actually have to do, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is good.
Okay, cool. For the challenge group, back to school challenge group on the 13th, so like 2 weeks from now, do y'all think just keep running it in Inferno like we've been doing the past few months, or a whole new group?
I don't like having too many groups because I feel like you post in every group the same stuff at the end.
Yep. I don't either. And that's exactly why I've been doing them in Inferno.
Yeah.
So, okay. That's what I would rather do, is keep it in there.
Yeah.
And I can always, reschedule some posts. Like, well, actually with Lift 4, it's already set up as units, all the posts are in the units. So we could do like a big welcome post the weekend, like that Saturday before the group starts, with everybody that's joined us for that launch date, right? Or that start date, and do a big welcome post for them at that time and explain, look, all the posts are in these units. So you just go to your day, you go through day by day kind of thing, and just show them how to do that, or tell them how to do it, because it's already set up in there. So, and we've got like great photo albums too that have lots of recipes and links to all kinds of Shakeology recipes and all sorts of stuff in that group. So It would be so much easier just to keep it in there.
I agree.
Okay.
There's just there gets to be too many because I'm like, okay, what do I post in this one again? Okay, no, not that one. Okay, this one and no that one. So
Mhm.
yeah, I like the minimal amount.
Yeah. I feel like it's just
we're going to be inundated. I mean, I wish we would be inundated with, hundreds of new people,
right.
But I think just as they trickle in, it'll just be easier to keep them in one big group.
Mm-hmm. And another thing I was going to tell you guys, because I don't know if I've really talked to y'all about this yet. Something that I really used to do when I was really recruiting heavily and getting lots of new challengers, and really going by a set start date. Like say I had somebody that ordered tomorrow, on August 1st, knowing that our start date is August 30th. What I might do, or what I have done a lot in the past that seems to work really well so that people feel like they're actually starting something together on a specific date, is I'll just start working with them one-on-one, going through the nutrition plan, talking about, well, here's some kind of starter meal plans. Let's figure out your bracket. If they're doing, say, Lift 4 nutrition or container-based, or if they're doing 2B mindset, obviously go ahead and get them started with that and kind of slowly work with them. I've had people even do a week of clean week workouts, or a week of a little obsessed, or, something like that, the before lift workouts they could start doing. And do that in the meantime, like while they're getting their order, while we're getting started with, meal prepping and getting them used to that stuff. And then I usually wait until like Friday night or the Saturday morning before the Monday that the group starts to even add them into the group, so that weekend it's like a whole introduction of 5 or 10 new customers all at one time that I'm adding in, and they feel like they're getting added as a group. They're getting introduced as a group, and they're all starting on Monday, and it makes it a more of a hard start date, like group feel, we're in this together kind of thing, versus adding one person in like every time somebody orders, they're added in all by themselves. So I'll probably go back to doing that. And it used to work really well. So you guys are certainly welcome to do it that way if you want also.
Good idea.
So I like that. And then you kind of know everybody's, this group of people started on this day, they're 1 week in, they're 2 weeks in, and it's easier to almost keep track of checking in with them that way as well. So cool. Any questions with that stuff? Oh, well, I know what else I was going to tell you though too. And like I said, I will copy this in here because the pink stuff, which you probably can't even hardly read, is when I'm going to do invite posts for each of those groups. So I always like to do some sort of invite post on Wednesday mornings and Saturday mornings. That's what works for me. You kind of have to know your audience on what works. If I do nighttime posts, I get nothing. So I don't do anything like call to action type posts at nighttime for me personally. It has to be mornings. So this coming Wednesday, which is tomorrow, and Saturday, I will do invites to this back to school 4-day focus, whatever we want to call it, challenge group. I'll do the same thing next week, next Wednesday, next Saturday, I'll do invites. So that's 4 separate invites for that. And then on Sunday night, the 12th, the day before it starts, I'll do a last call. Since technically they can get, if they ordered on Sunday night, they could have access to the workouts on Monday. So that'll be 5 call to action posts. I'll do that on Facebook and on Instagram. I'll do it on my stories, like all that kind of stuff. And then I'll kind of switch gears and really talk about coaching really hard that week of the 13th, because now I've got my challenge group people enrolled, right, for the month, hopefully at SC, done with that, right, early in the month. Switch gears, start talking about coaching. I'll do a coaching invite post on that Wednesday and that following Saturday and Sunday leading up to the Snoop group on the 20th. And then I kind of switch gears, and that following that week, I start talking about free group type content, just nutrition tips, water tips, recipes, like things that pertain to whatever free group we decide to do. Do a free group invite on Wednesday and Saturday. for the free group the following Monday. So does that kind of make sense on how I schedule out invites? Like it's all leading up to whatever the next thing is that's starting, and then I kind of switch gears.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. Like I said, I will put this in Delta Fire. I will I'll either try to retype it or I'll scan it in, see if I can scan it in and if I can read it. If I don't know if that pink ink is going to show up, but for some reason I had a pink pen. Okay, so that's that part. Any questions on that stuff?
I have, and I know I've gone over it in other training and stuff, but my challenge, I guess, is I've never really invited people because I really don't know who to invite.
Okay.
Are you just mainly inviting people that have made comments on, workout posts, or how are you knowing who to invite? I guess because I get scared, and I know I shouldn't, of bothering somebody or making someone feel uncomfortable because I invited them to something.
That's how I feel.
Yeah, I'm like,
I think that's how every single new coach feels, I promise, like across the board. Let's talk about the Transform 20 stuff, and then let's go back to inviting, because I think that's a really good topic to hit for everybody, honestly, and really just like for real focus on that inviting, because that's going to drive Success Club. Like it's all goes together, so but yeah, that's a very good question. Because everybody has it, everybody says the same thing, and I used to do the same thing too. So okie doke. Can y'all, oh no, you can't see my screen because I'm not sharing my screen. Let me share it again, because I made what I think is kind of it's a simple but fun image. Okay, so you guys know how, okay, can y'all see that?
Mm-hmm.
Transform test group. You guys know how much I freaking love Shaun T. Like, the guy is out of this world as far as getting you pumped up and being motivational. Like, he is incredible. And everybody that was at Summit this year, which I guess was Christine out of this group, I mean,
it was awesome.
You were in that live workout too, right? With Shaun T?
Yeah. I had never worked out with him before. And I had done max 30 and I liked it, but working out with him live was totally different. Like, I mean, it was the same kind of like vibe that he gives in his, like, in the videos and stuff, but it was just so much more intense and like raw emotion. I mean, it was incredible.
Yep. I get the chill bumps, seriously, sitting here, hearing you even say that and talking about it. Every single live event that we have, whether it's leadership or summit or Success Club, trips or anything that Shaun is at, I mean, you better believe that's the workout I'm going to be in, because he is that amazing live. And taking that and bringing it into a test group setting, I cannot even imagine how amazing it's going to be able to hear motivation from that guy, like every morning when you wake up, and get ready to do your workout. It's going to be insane. Like, it is going to be absolutely insane. And this year at Summit, when they announced Transform 20, I mean, you should have heard that place. It was unbelievable. And they had already announced pumpkin spice. They had announced the shift shop thing, and like, everybody was all excited about that. But then here comes Shaun T, and like the place just erupted. And he's just so amazing. I could go on and on and on about how awesome he is when you're actually in, I know it's not going to be a one-on-one setting, but it's going to be a very personal setting with him talking to his test group participants. And this is such an incredible opportunity for him. So I'm going to bust my butt and try my hardest to get in this darn test group, because out of all of them, like, this is what I want to be in. And this is what I want all of you guys to be in too. It's going to be amazing. And a group like this that truly is one that you have to earn your spot in, it's so much more like meaningful than, be a coach and you can get in the test group and there's 40,000 people in the test group, and I'm not trying to take anything away from the test groups with Autumn and with Joel right now, because they are amazing too. But in a smaller setting, 150 to 200 people in there with Sean, like, it's going to be out of this world. So
Is it the top 20 earners just within our Delta Fire, and then like every group, is it 20 out of every group, or just 20 Beachbody wide?
Beachbody wide.
Oh,
Yeah. That's why it's going to be hard to get in. And that's why
well, you better go and represent us then, because I know, not to be negative, but I know I'll never reach that. So you
don't
better
know that though. That's the thing. You do not know that. And I will never forget my very first summit that I went to. There was an opportunity to get photo ops, right? And it was like you had to earn, I don't even remember what it was. I don't think it even told us a number of Success Club points. It was just like, be in the top however many Success Club earners for this month. And I'm like, all right, I'm going for it. And I got it, you know? I had like 20 something SC points, and that was it. You know, it wasn't like this insane number. And I got it. And then when I got that email, I was like, oh my God, you know? And of course, that's when I got my picture with Sean, you know? That I don't even know if y'all have seen that. That was so long ago. But of course, I had this crazy grin on my face because I was so excited. But so you never know. So I want everybody to go into this month just thinking about how many people they are going to help. And I mean, that's how many SC points you're going to get, right? That's what it equals, is helping people. And I don't want you guys to put limits on anything, because you never know how you can do, and you never know how the rest of the company is going to do, you know? So just go into it.
I was just going to add, like, when we went to Summit this year, I had that opportunity. They did that promotion where if you were going to Summit and you were one of like the top SC earners, then you were going to get the photo op. And I was like, oh my God, that would be so awesome, because I went to Riviera Maya and totally missed out every single time on getting with Autumn. And I was so mad. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. And then we kept going, and I was like, this is so frustrating. I was at like SC4, and then I hit 12, and they sent out like the status update, and like 12 was like the bottom cutoff, but we still had like a week to go in the month. And I was like, there's no way, like, somebody is going to like blow way past this, and it's going to have to be way higher than 12. And I pushed and pushed and pushed, and I didn't get it, but it turned out that 12 was all you had to have. So I was able to do the photo op. So just keep pushing, and like, don't be like, oh, I'm never going to hit it. Cause like 12, like you said, 20 is not like a crazy huge number. Not and like 12 wasn't either.
Right. You just never know. You never know what kind of month it's going to be for everybody. I mean, look, July pretty much sucked across the board.
Seriously, I'm still at 4. I'm so mad right now.
And so you just never know. And just, I want all of you to really focus in on this. Think about what this can do for your business from multiple different aspects, from getting new customers, getting new coaches, turning those new customers into lifers, you know, and just having the hopeful, you know, the potential opportunity to be in a group like this with Sean. I mean, that's mind blowing right there. Like I can't even believe it. I had to plug my computer in before it dies. Hang on. But
well, and like, I think too, like we think, oh, it's only going to be like the top 40 people. Like I'm screwed. Somebody's going to get like 30 something points. But didn't that just say it was like diamond and below the top 40?
Well, yeah.
So like people that are like superstar diamond that are like blowing it out of the water with, you know, 30, 40 points all the time.
Yeah, we're in a different.
That's different.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to go over. Can y'all see this image?
Yeah.
So there's 3 categories. The first category is for people that are brand new 2018 coaches, meaning you actually coach enrolled in 2018, which a lot of you are. I know Kati is. Jill, you are too, right? 2018?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Kristen, you might be longer than that, right? 17? Yeah. So for your category, it's the top 20 Success Club earners in the month of August out of all the new 2018 coaches. So that really might not be a crazy high number. You never know. So you got to go for it. You know, it's all brand new coaches. Y'all are all in a group together. So just think, everybody struggles at the beginning. Everybody does, I promise. So you might as well go for it because you never know what's going to happen. So I want you all to push, 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 push. The second category is lifetime diamonds and below. So if you've ever hit diamond, even if you've hit diamond and dropped, you're still a lifetime diamond. So lifetime diamonds and below, they are taking the top 40 Success Club earners in the month of August across the network from diamonds and below. Okay. So that's still, I mean, that's a good chunk of people. And then the third category is the lifetime star diamonds and above. And for us, it goes on elite points. So they'll take the top 80 of us that have the highest number of elite points in August, which is a whole other thing, which we're not even going to get into. But mainly what that means is that all of you guys need to be hitting Success Club.
Oh, gotcha.
That's the biggest part. So it's really all based around Success Club in a roundabout way. It is directly for you guys. For me, it's more an indirect thing, but my team, our team as a whole, getting Success Club and volume and that sort of thing is what earns elite points as well. So they all kind of go hand in hand. I just think it would be so awesome if we had a bunch of people in there. So that's what I'm pushing for. That's what I want all of you guys pushing for too. So I'm gonna let's see, I'm gonna stop share again. So that kind of leads us into your question though, Jill. So how do we hit Success Club? How do we invite people? You have to know how to do that, right? To hit SC. What I do, I'll kind of walk you through the way that I like to go about it, because I feel like it's more natural for me. I am always, friending new people on Facebook, whether it's the people that Facebook suggests that I have mutual friends with, or if I go to another friend's page, say I go to your page, Jill, and find, obviously I wouldn't do this to you because you're a coach, but somebody that's not a coach, and go look through your friends list for people that you've got 5 or 10 friends in common with.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you probably have maybe somewhere down the line met that person and you just don't remember it. I mean, that's how I am all the time. Or you know them from way back when, friend that person. And when they accept your request, that's when I send everybody just a really quick, message like, thanks for accepting my request. I know we don't know each other personally, but we've got a bunch of mutual friends in common and just wanted to reach out and say hi. I really like just connecting with, positive, uplifting women. Hope you have a great day. Something just short and sweet like that. And the ones that never respond to me, fine. Like, I don't really, whatever, I don't care. The ones that do respond, those are the ones that I put on my list to build that relationship with, because they responded to your message. Like, at least they, accepted your request and
Acknowledged.
time to respond. So that might be somebody that you could connect with, right? So those are the people that I'll focus on. Same thing on Instagram. What I'm doing now is with my new followers, I'll send them a little thank you note for following me. The ones that actually respond and you kind of get into a little conversation, they go on a list. The hundreds of them that don't respond, whatever, they're not your people. That's cool, and focus on the ones that will actually talk back to you, right? And then, so I've got those people on a list. And then for people, I'll go through, I usually do this once or twice a week. I don't do it every day because I just can't. But once or twice a week, I will go through all my previous posts for the week. Hang on. Mom's texting me. I'll go through my previous posts for the week that pertain to health and fitness, clean eating, whatever. Basically everything that's not just a picture of me and Kinsey, right? And everybody that liked that post, and of course everybody that commented on that post, I'll make a list of all those people. And I'll do this on Facebook and Instagram. And I also have started doing this with my stories on Facebook and on Instagram, because I'm noticing that my people that see my Facebook stories, that I can see that they've seen it, are not always the people that are actually liking my Facebook posts on my feed. It seems to be a different group of people. So I'm checking both. And the ones that are...
Find out who looked at your your
So
Facebook.
there's a little, let's see. I'm trying to pull it up. I don't know if you can see it on here. So if you go to
There's like a little eyeball icon in the bottom left corner of your stories
the bottom, this is
that
on
you
Facebook.
can look at. Instagram too.
Yeah. And if you touch it, it brings up a list of people. Of course,
Gotcha.
load. But if you touch that little eyeball on the Facebook one, it brings up a list of people, and that's who's seen your story.
I usually, if I'm gonna like try and message a bunch of them, I'll like click on it so it comes up and then screenshot it so I can sit down and go through it like on my computer with my phone next to me or something like that. And you can do the same thing on Instagram.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. It's exactly what I do too. On Instagram, it just looks like you can see like a few little dots of people, and it says seen at the bottom. And if you click on it, it brings up this whole list of people that you can see have seen your story for that day or for that particular story. Okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
So,
Cool.
I mean, if you really wanted to hit it hard, and like we said, in this month, we're all going to be pushing really, 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 really hard. Invite all those people. But that's what I do like a couple times a week. I'll make that list of those people, and I will go through, and for those people, okay, let me see. Let me break this down. If it's somebody that has just been liking my posts, honestly, I'm going to say even for the stories, people that have seen my stories, I'll send them a little thank you for your support message. Just, hey, I've noticed that you've been following a lot of my posts lately or watching my stories a lot lately. Thank you so much for supporting me in my journey. It means a lot, and I just really hope to inspire as many people as I can. You can either leave it at that and see who responds back just with a positive message, or sometimes I will add at the end of it, since I feel like you've been watching, I want to extend this invite to you because I've got a new success group starting in 2 weeks, and I'd love for you to be a part of it. Are you interested? And not go into details of what the group is. Just leave it at that. Are you interested? And see what they say. And if they come back, they're like, well, yeah, what's it all about? Then I jump in and I'm like, so we're really going to be focusing on fitness and nutrition. But before we talk too much about it, I need to learn more about you. What are your current goals right now? And what have your biggest struggles been in the past? And you start asking them questions and learning about their goals, what they've tried in the past, what their struggles are in the past, how their nutrition is on a daily basis, how much time they have, what kind of workouts they have ever enjoyed in the past. Like, just start talking to them about all that kind of stuff before you ever get into, well, this is what a challenge pack is, and this is what Shakeology is, because for some of those people, if you don't really get the conversation going, as soon as you start talking challenge pack and price and all that, they're like, I'm gone.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
And even if they ask, I will divert it back to, well, to know what to tell you about, to know what, which program fits you best or which nutrition plan fits you best. I need to learn more about you first, and get them back to talking about what their goals are and their struggles and, just their life and their situation, and really ask a bunch of questions about that first. And then once I feel like I know, what they need, granted, for most people, it's either going to be 2B Mindset with Shakeology and Beachbody On Demand that you're going to recommend, or it's going to be just the annual bod pack with Shakeology, plus or minus Lift4 or Obsession or something like that. It's going to be kind of the same thing you're going to recommend to everybody. But when I tell them, I'm like, okay, so in everything I've learned about you, this is what we need to set you up with, or this is what we're going to set you up with. You've got to use like super confident words and not give them options. Like, this is what we're going to do. And we're going to set you up with this pack, with this 2B Mindset pack, because it's going to give you your solution for nutrition to work into everyday life where you're not counting anything, you're not stressing over anything. It's going to give you access to all your workouts when you're ready to get started with them. You're going to have them for a full year, and we'll talk about that in a couple weeks after you start with the nutrition, you know, and it's going to give you your shakes. That's 1 meal a day. There's a meal you don't even have to think about. And like, that's kind of what I say, and just lay it out there. This is what we're going to start you with, and here's why. Boom, boom, boom. And at the end, I usually kind of say something like, how's that sound? Or sound good, right? You know, like end it with a question, but not like, you don't want them to respond with like a bajillion questions about it, right? You want them to respond and be like, yeah, that sounds awesome. Or, oh, another one that I'll say, and this works really well, I'll say, what do you like most about all of this? And it gets them to thinking about what they like about it, you know, and they'll come back with a response like, well, I love that I only have to work out 4 days a week, or I love that I don't have to measure any food out, or, you know, whatever it is that really hits them, you know, and really that they like about it. And then you're like, you know, just responding to it, going back and forth. So does that help at all? Or is that just way too much and too confusing?
Yeah. No, that helps.
Okay. Helps. I mean, that's the process.
I guess I just got to get
with everything, with everybody, really.
Yeah. I just have to get past that fear of actually inviting people, because really all the people I've gotten so far under me, they've just contacted me. It was weird because it wasn't anyone that had been making comments or liking anything. It was, the last 2 were women I used to work with when I still lived in Fairbanks, Alaska.
Wow.
And they just, they're like, okay, I've been watching you. I'm tired of feeling this way. I want to do what you're doing. I'm like, whoa, I didn't even know they were watching, you know, because they never like anything. They never comment.
Yep.
So it's just weird that out of the blue, these last 2 women did that. So I was like, wow, okay.
But that's awesome. And that happens,
like that.
Like, especially for me, almost 5 years in, it happens all the time. And that's why I try to, I mean, you'll probably hear me say it over and over. There are some people that get so focused on the number of likes that they have. And well, nobody's liking my stuff. It doesn't matter. It truly does not matter, because you will have so many people, just like you just said, that never like a single thing and message you out of the blue. And like, I've been watching what you're doing, and, you know, I went in on this, and you never know who it's going to be. And that's why it is so important to keep posting and to be super consistent with your posting, even if you feel like you're getting nothing on it, you know, because you will. It's just people are waiting. They're waiting to see that you're going to quit, because that's what people expect. People expect for people to jump in with something and do it for 5 or 6 months and quit, because that's what the majority of people do. And they're waiting to see if you're going to quit and what you're going to go on to next. And it takes time for people to realize, like, wow, okay, she really likes this. Like, she's still, this is for real. This is actually working, you know? Okay, well, what is this, you know? And it's hard to get to that point. So I feel like that's why in the meantime, you truly have to be reaching out to people and private messaging people, so that you've got it coming in from, you know, from both sources, basically. And I mean, the people that you message and they don't respond back, I mean, it's like, you know, you just can't let it get to you. You can't feel like you're bothering them. I mean,
you touched on the invites for people who like your stuff and whatnot, and saying the positive comment. But how are you wording it when you invite someone for an upcoming challenge group? Are you just giving them little tidbits, or what are you saying to them?
Kind of, okay, here's a good example. If I had people, say I have people on the list that I've been sending out, like, thank you for your support messages to, but haven't actually invited those people, I keep them on a list so that say we chit chat it for a minute, nothing about Beachbody, whatever. I'll keep them on a list, and I'll go back to that group of people and send them an invite, because maybe I've talked to them in the past month or 2, but not about anything specific. And I'll just shoot them out an invite. Hey, so-and-so, like, you just popped in my head. I was just thinking about you from our last conversation. I know you're a busy mom, or I know, you know, whatever it is that relates to them. I've got this new success group that's getting ready to start in 2 weeks, and I'd love for you to be a part of it. Are you interested? So it's kind of the same thing. It's just you change the beginning. So you're not really thanking them for their support anymore because you've probably already done that. But like, I was just thinking of you because whatever for that particular person, you know?
Okay.
And then, yeah, I just drop a little blurb in. This is what I'm doing. I'd love for you to be a part of it. Are you interested?
Do you find you might get more response back if you, and I know this might sound weird to ask, but whether or not you call it a success group or a challenge group?
To me, I don't feel like that's made a difference one way or the other yet.
Okay.
So I had good success inviting to the free group.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you?
I didn't hear that. What'd she say?
She had good success inviting to the free group.
Okay.
But I haven't invited to a regular group where they have to pay. How do you introduce, yeah, I'm having this group. There's a program you have to pay for.
Yeah. So what I would probably do, and what I have done, I guess, you should always, and I'm sure you guys are, checking in with your people that are in the free group, like at least every other day right now, because it's just a week long, it's not like you've got a bunch of time in there with them. So be checking in with them frequently. At the end of the week, I would kind of go in and, just motivate them, cheer them on, especially if it was somebody that actually got involved in the free group, and didn't not say a thing. And just tell them how happy you are about, them being involved in the group. What kind of experience did you have? How are you feeling differently from focusing on clean eating this week or getting some exercise in? Kind of start asking them some questions about what they thought about the group, and their results of the week kind of thing. And then I would just in that conversation, just throw in there, all right, so this is what our next step should be. We've got a new success group or a new challenge group or whatever that our team's running that, my team and I are running starting in 2 weeks. I really want you in this because you know how much better you feel now when you're eating clean, and let's take it to the next level. Like it's time to take it to the next level kind of thing. Almost challenging them to step it up and put some skin in the game now, and then you can just end it the same way. Like we're going to be focused even harder on fitness and nutrition, or, let's see. What's a good way to say that? I guess you wouldn't even have to really say anything else. Just again, are you interested? It's time to take it to the next level. Are you interested? And see what they say. They come back asking for details. Again, I'd go back to, okay, well, after this week and how you're feeling, what are your goals for the coming month? Or what are your short-term goals that you want to reach, and again, what are your biggest struggles and that sort of thing. Once you kind of get that information, all right, this is what we're going to set you up with for this group. And I like to tell people, especially, for you as a vet, you'll obviously relate to this, but I really seriously think about it as if I'm treating a patient. And in my mind, that's what I think about when I'm talking to people, because you think about when you're in an exam room and, you've got your client sitting there that doesn't want to do treatment A, B, and C because of cost, and which is usually how it is, but what the pet needs. This is what we're going to do and why, and to me, it makes sense to think of it that way because what's best for that animal, what's best for that person. And you just have to be super confident in it. And that's really the way that I approach it. This is your best option. This is what we're going to set you up with. So, because even with your patients, you are always going to offer the best treatment option first. You always are, no matter what about the person or what you have prejudged of the person, it doesn't matter. You're always going to offer what's going to be the best option for the patient. So that's the way I think about it. Make sense? Yep. Now, I don't know how to relate that to people that aren't vets. But I think it's just being super confident in it because we all know what this does for us. or we wouldn't still be doing it. So,
Yeah.
It's just conveying that confidence, and it's hard as a new coach because, it's just,
I
it's
think
hard.
anyone that's been in sales or anyone who's, like you said, a mother, it's almost like talking to your kid at the time. It's like, no, now we're going to do this,
Mhm.
or in sales, like you were saying, you don't keep it an open-ended question. You kind of, like you stated, you tell them what's coming next.
Mhm.
And so it doesn't give them the option to say yes or no. I mean, of course they still can.
Right.
But human nature, they will, answer, oh, okay, let's do that. Or, I mean, absolutely not. But
Right.
you kind of lead them gently into what you want them to do.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep. And you'll eventually get to the cost part. They're gonna, I mean, if they want to know the cost before they click on that link, they're gonna ask you, and I don't talk about it unless it's just really a different kind of conversation. You have some people that you just have to say something, but
right.
95% of the time, I don't even talk about price until I've gone through all these questions with them, found out all about them, and have told them, well, this is what we're going to do and why. How's it sound?
Can you not make a sheet like what questions to ask? I think this would help.
Somewhere. I'll look.
Okay.
It was in one of the trainings because I remember, I can't remember which one it was, but I wrote down all the steps they said you should take. And I remember my first person that had contacted me to sign up. At first I was like so excited, wanted to say everything, puke out all the info.
Mm-hmm.
But I remembered, no, follow what was, taught in the video. And so I did. I just did it slowly, step by step. It's almost like when you're fishing, you get so scared you want to reel it in real quick. But you're like, no, gentle.
Yep.
So I know, I can't remember which part it was, but it worked. It worked. It was, that part was nice.
They feel like, well, wow, this person's actually concerned about me. Like they actually want to know about me versus just, oh, okay, well, here's your challenge pack. It's this much money. Here's how you buy it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not personal, so that's really part of the relationship building. So you're building up their trust with you as well in that process. So, and I know a lot of us used to word vomit stuff on people too. I know I did.
Yeah. I know the main thing that I make sure to do is ask them, what are you looking for?
Mm-hmm.
What's your main concerns with your health right now? Are you wanting to lose weight? And I kind of leaded them along to tell me what exactly they're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, I didn't talk about the price at all with the first couple ones unless they outright asked.
Mm-hmm.
But I just gave them the info and I never had any kickback on it. So that was nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So,
I feel like I do that too. But then at the end, they only want Beachbody on demand, nothing else. I have a few customers like this. They only want Beachbody on demand, nothing else at the end, even if I tell them, So I don't know how to get over that. That's my problem.
I know at least with them getting the Beachbody on demand, they're probably going to be wanting to get into the other stuff eventually.
Hopefully.
Yeah. I mean, that's, I guess, the one thing you got to look, at least you have that going, that they're on the program, they're doing the workouts, and they're probably going to be contacting you for other product.
I just keep messaging them. Like I have one who is in, she's basically in all of my challenge groups now, that she started out as just like, she was a lead that I got from hitting SC 1 month. And I reached out to her and she was like, yeah, I'd like to try out in the group. So I had an ongoing group that I put her in. And after she was in that for a while, I just kept kind of staying in touch with her. And she is consistently doing new programs, getting early access. She orders Shakeology pretty regularly now too. But it's just kind of, you just got to keep staying in contact with them and seeing how they're doing and just kind of checking in on them like you would like a pen pal, like back in the day when we all used to have pen pals. Like, hey, I know you're still there. Like, can I help you with anything kind of deal. So, I mean, she's one of my best challengers, and she's always ready to try something new.
That's funny. That's awesome though. And a lot of times too, what I'll do if somebody just wants on demand, I'll be like, look, okay, obviously if that's what they're asking you for, they obviously know they can just get on demand, right? But I'll kind of steer it back to, all right, well, get it back to their goals. Well, in my experience, what I've seen happen over and over again is that people that get the nutrition component with their workouts always have better results. And it's the truth. It is absolutely the truth because they have everything that they need. And also I'll tell them, this is a great way, I know you're skeptical about it, whatever the issue is, but this is a really great way to go ahead and get it as a challenge pack because you essentially get your shakes for half off for a month. So at least give them a shot. If you don't like it, send them back, get your money back. No big deal, And I have a lot of people that are like, okay, well, like since you put it that way, So always, if you feel like you need to throw in the money back guarantee, go for it, because if they hate them, send them back and get it refunded. So, but at least they get to try it out pretty much at half price. So I feel like that helps to talk to people. And Suzanne, I know a long time ago, because, she worked with Jenny Craig for quite a while. And she had a really good script that she typed up, and I'll share it with you guys, of like walking through all these questions with somebody and really how to walk them through step by step. And it was an awesome document that she made. So I'll put it in once I upload this call and everything. I'll put it in the comments under it.
Okay, cool.
Because it's got some really good points in there. She went into kind of a lot of detail from what I can remember. It was a few years ago that she made it. So, but yeah. Any other questions about all of that?
During the headlight look.
I know, right? Everybody's like, oh, I don't want to say anything else. But did I hit on all the like kind of groups of people to invite? I mean,
yeah.
For the most part.
Yep.
Oh, another thing to mention, and Holly was the one that thought of this and told it to me at Summit. I was like, oh, why have I not ever thought of that? Go back, for those of you that have customers that are older than 6 months old, that you say you've gotten SC points from them 6+ months ago, and they haven't done anything since then. Maybe they've fallen off the wagon. Maybe they're not getting their Shakeology anymore. Go back to those people and get them re-engaged, because now with the new rule change a couple months ago, you can get another 2 SC points from them if they're over 6 months old as a customer.
Oh.
Now you know why I'm so distracted right now, because that's what I'm literally sitting.
Is that what you're doing right now?
I remember her saying that.
Mm-hmm. So like I have an Excel sheet with all my orders in it. So I'll go back 6 months and start messaging people. That's what I did this month. At the very beginning of this month, I was like, I got to hit it. This was my 12th month at SC10. I was like, I am not missing my SC10 All-Star this time. I missed it once before. So I was like, I'm getting this done early. And I went back, and that's where half my SC points came from this month. Were old customers, just getting them re-engaged. So I think that's a really good strategy too. Let's see, who else? I guess that's the main ones as far as groups of people to invite. Of course, family and friends, something I tell a lot of people. When you're inviting family and friends, I know that can be really awkward because like it's people that you're really close to, so this was a tip in the book called Go Pro by Eric Worre. I think it's Worre. I don't know how to pronounce that, but anyway, it's a really good book on network marketing. It's extremely boring, but
it's short.
It's short, and it's got some really good points and good strategies in there. And one that I've always gone back to for new coaches is when you're talking to the people closest to you as a new coach, your friends and family, kind of tell them what you're doing. Look, I've started this new coaching business because I truly love these products. I know how much of a difference Health and Fitness has made in my life. And I really want to do this as a business, whether it's whatever your reason is, your individual why, but tell them a little bit about what you want to do. And then ask them if they will kind of help you build your portfolio, essentially. I'm looking for people to try this out for a month or two and really see what your results are. Give me some honest feedback on what you think. Help me build my portfolio of success stories. If you don't like it in 30 days, you get your money back, no risk kind of thing. But that way it's like you're asking them to help you do something, and they get that. They get that you're building a business. They get that you want honest feedback on the products and the programs and that sort of thing. And of course you want to help your friends and family anyway with their health. So I feel like that works really well for a lot of people. If you haven't done that, do it for sure. So I feel like that's a little bit less intimidating when you're talking to family and friends that way, just lay it out there. Like, this is what I'm doing and this is what I need help with. So
back to in the beginning of the meeting, you were talking about on August 13th is going to be the next challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to send out more info, or are we just supposed to, I don't mean supposed to, but are we just going to take it from here and kind of come up with our own?
Just kind of run with it. Just know, kind of like I said, I would go ahead and like what I'm going to do tonight probably is make a couple different promo images that I can use over the next 2 weeks. I might make 2 or 3 different ones, you can call it, if we want to all call it back to school, or we could all call it 4-day focus, kind of enrolling with the 4-day focus free group that we've got going on right now. Or it could be back to school 4-day focus, or whatever you want to promote it as. It doesn't really have to all be the exact same thing. But yeah, go ahead and make some images and start posting about it like tomorrow. I said I would do a Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday. That's kind of my routine for challenge group promos. So that they're seeing it. And it's going to take time for them to keep seeing your posts and actually reach out and message you. But I'm always surprised.
I have no feedback from anybody on any challenge groups or free groups even yet. But like you said, hopefully that'll just come in time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll have people that'll message me and be like, so I saw your post from last week that you got a new group start. I'm like, what's up with this? Like, all right. Cool.
See, nobody responded on my Facebook post to the free group, but I wrote everybody, whoever commented, I PM'd them, and then I got really good response actually to it. Most of them are not really active in the group, but 2 of them are, so I guess it's good.
Yeah.
That's the same thing I had, that mine was from private messaging people.
And and that's good. That's what you need to do, especially for, you guys that are newer coaches, and that's still a really great source of people for you. I've kind of burned through all my free group people like forever ago. It's like every time I do it, all the same ones join the free group that never do anything besides a free group. I'm just like, I'm over it with you guys. Like, I'm done. Seriously, 5 years goes by and that's all you're going to do is a free group. Like, I'm done. So I think that's my problem with free groups and why I forget to do them, because at this point, I don't get people from them, and so it's like I forget to run them for the team, and forget to talk about them. So that's also really why I would love for, the team to jump in just like you guys did with this one and run them, because that's a great way for you guys to learn how to run challenge groups and, schedule posts and things that we do all the time in challenge groups, but you kind of got to start somewhere with them, so.
But I'm glad that Holly is in there too, and she seems like she knows more how to do it. I feel like right now, so it's Kristen and Holly and me mainly doing it, and it gives me more confidence that I know that at least Holly really know what she is doing. But I also learn a lot with it, so I think that it's good if you have 2 new coaches and 1 coach who is doing it already longer. I feel like this is a good way to go.
Good way to do it. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's good. Good to know. Yeah, because it would be kind of hard, and just to have new coaches that have never run a group before, like thrown in. So, and there are a few on the team that are amazing at free group. Holly's great. Ashley Murphy is incredible at free group. I don't know how she does it. Like I totally so. Yeah. But alrighty. Well, any other questions? I don't want to keep you guys on too long, but I feel like that was a good little info session.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Good. We're all gonna push to be in Sean's group, right?
Heck yeah.
And FYI, I was reading on
Once I finish July.
right. You've got
Ugh,
2 hours?
I know.
2 hours. Got like an hour and a half. You can do it. I will say, by the way, my the old dog Pogo that I used to have totally has an email address and has purchased a challenge pack before. Throwing it out there.
Yeah, I'm on the verge here.
With a gift card or a card that is not yours. So they don't really give the card number back to you. If you do.
Yeah.
So, yep. Pogo has an email. Kinsey had an email address before she was born as well.
I remember you said that.
We bought a challenge pack too one time.
Both of my pets have Facebook accounts and emails.
That's funny. Oh goodness. Well, all right. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. I was looking on the FAQ for the Shaun T group, and I think it said that workouts will start if we get in that group on September 24th. I think is what it said. That's like way early. Oh my God, how awesome would that be? So
Yeah.
alrighty. Let's all keep the energy high for this. We all want to be in there.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Yes, sounds good.
Well, I will get the recording done for this, and I'll post all this stuff in Delta Fire. And thank you guys for jumping